Welcome back to the Golden Lightworker. I am the Golden Lightworker and Elfian Communicator, Castelia Theo, and in today's video we are doing another direct channeling with the Elfian Realm. I did a direct channeling last week, which I'll link here for you to check out, where I did a connection with the water frequency Elfian elementals and with the Aquatic Realm Elfian elementals as well. So as a result of that, while I was in connection, I was told that they would like to come through again and share some more messages. I kept getting a vision of a penguin. I kept seeing penguins everywhere this week. So I'm assuming that maybe they're going to be talking about penguins. As a result, I watched a penguin documentary to learn all of the penguin terminology as well that I could, so that it could be easier for them to communicate using my word bank. So this is going to be very interesting. This is the last direct channeling of spring season because the spring equinox is coming up, and it's really exciting for me because I have been only doing direct channelings in winter. So the next direct channeling will be coming about in spring, which is so exciting. This is also the last direct channeling in Pisces season, and this direct channeling is coming out around the full moon in Virgo. So there's a lot of things in the stars and in the energy right now, and just the way that the earth is shifting right now. And I'm sure that the Elfian elementals of these two domains, of the animal healer and the earth elemental domain, will have a lot to share and things to say. They communicated to me that they wanted to come through, but as always, not entirely sure who will want to step through. But I give permission to the Elfian Realm to communicate the message that they would like to get across to the collective right now. And I'm mentally getting myself ready. If you don't know how my direct channelings work, I am still learning. I actually lost count of what number direct channeling this is, but I think below 10 still. I will close my eyes and tune in to them. I did used to try and do it with my eyes open, and when I switched locations of which side of the room I was filming on, I realized that filming with my eyes open isn't necessarily the best idea when directly channeling. And they come through and they speak through me, and they ask permission for things of which ones can step through, and we have a very, very lovely relationship. I'm still present when I'm in the direct channelings. I can still see, I can hear everything that they're saying for the most part. I'm still aware that I'm in this room, but I can see things that they want me to see. So they show me things that they want me to see. And yeah, so it's very interesting. I have connected to both of these domains before in past videos, and I've connected to almost every domain. There is one domain that maybe they'll step through today. They have yet to have made their presence known to the collective yet. And there's probably multiple reasons why. If you are interested in learning more about the Elfian Realm, I do have a book, and everything will be in the description. The book is going to be out and available by the time that this video is out, so it will be in the description, and I'm really excited that we're getting here. We're getting there. I also have a website, which will be in the description as well. So there is a lot of fun, exciting things, but the Elfian Realm is telling me to stop talking and connect to them for this direct channeling. So. Hello, Aquatic Realm Elfian Healer of Divine Masculine Energy, who specializes in penguins, who made your presence known to me last week. You would like to communicate now, like to communicate and make the theme of this direct channeling about how to connect and keep the aquatic frequencies with you at all times as a collective transitions not only into fifth dimensional chakras, but also some into sixth dimensional chakras, and how the aquatic realm can offer assistance and what penguins symbolize. You may step through whenever you are ready, Elfian. I'm giving you the wheel. Hello! I work with penguins. Penguins are fascinating animals of the aquatic realm. They are considered aquatic realm animals, but they are also considered tribrids. Tribrids of the three elements that define what an animal is and how we work with them. They apply the rhyme, rhythm, reason, the 3 R's, to their way of life because they do spend time on land. They also work with the 5th element of earth, which is frost. They are considered birds and spend time around the air element, and because they spend time on land as well, they are connected to the earth element, and because they exist in water, the majority of the time they do spend a lot of time around water. They are aquatic realm animals. What is different that most people may not understand is that aquatic realm animals can exist on land, and a lot of them do exist on land. It's just part of how the process of how they work is. The aquatic realm in itself is this realm that is of a higher dimensional status than Earth, but not too high, 0.5 dimensional status. This means that if you are halfway through a dimensional status, it will be a dimension above you. When you are reaching your new dimensional status, it'll be halfway through that dimension. You do exist in the same dimension at some points, and there are points where you do not. It just depends on where the evolution of humanity and the aquatic realm is. The aquatic realm is different than the animal kingdom. In actuality, how the souls work do not classify into the animal kingdom. How the souls work of the aquatic realm work in closer relation to dragons and phoenixes. They don't work as in close relation to animals, even though they do have a group soul, and dragons and phoenixes do have more individuality depending on their soul's purpose. The aquatic realm, there isn't identities alone, but the different species do have a split soul. So what is different is that a lot of the canines have the same origin, and a lot of the felines have the same origin regardless of size and species in that canine and feline. When it comes to whales, penguins, and all of the other aquatic animals, if they are in a different species under the same domain of animal, they have a different group soul. It's because of the individuality that comes with each individual species as a result of their dimensional frequency and how their souls were created and how their souls evolved as a result of the fall of Atlantis, the rise of golden statuses in the past, and the relationship with the souls of humanity. All of that plays a big factor. Penguins have always been a part of the aquatic realm, even though they typically live in land frost areas. They are considered air even though they cannot fly, but there was a time where some of them could fly. Just because they don't look like they could have at some point doesn't mean that they can't. As you probably know, flamingos fly, storks fly, a lot of large birds do fly. Penguins have that capacity in their lineage of tracing back to their origin species. Now, their origin species split and created a split soul. And within that, they created different versions and variants of penguin. And this has to do with what penguin does, and what penguin does in the aquatic realm, but also does on land, and how penguin is related to the elements of earth. Penguin is kind of like the combination elements. There was a time where there were elementals of combination. There is the Earthian elemental elder. She is a combination, the last combination elemental, the last Gaia assistant of our system to exist as of right now. That is an example of one who is a combination. In the animal kingdom, there is very rarely a combination of an animal that possesses connections to all elements and all ways of living. Penguins are the one exception. Now, the difference is ducks, geese, and other birds that can exist on the water are not a part of the aquatic realm. They are considered a part of the air. It's because penguins spend a lot of time on land, and particularly on frost, that makes them a combination. Because not only are they air, earth, and water, but they have frost, which is another element that very rarely an animal will have a connection to. That is what makes them unique. I am no expert on the elements of the earth, as I am not an elf of those elements, but I am an expert on penguins, and I'm going to tell you how they can help you and what they do. Now, their purpose and their mission is to work with a polarity. A lot of the aquatic life does work with a polarity, but penguins specifically are meant to walk on the ley lines, clearing away negativity. They work to stomp out the ego of the earth. The ego of the earth is the negative polarity. There is a type of ritual dance called ego stomping, which is a lot of moving your feet and stomping on the ground and walking and walking and walking and walking and patting your feet. That is ego stomping. And penguins do that for the earth. And they help aid the earth in the earth's transition to a new dimensional frequency. Now, a lot of that ends up changing as the ice changes, as pollution and global warming affects the earth. That does affect how they do their work, but they still do it anyway. And every time they're paddling their little feet on the ground, they're trying to stomp out the negativity, and a lot of the pollution energy that is circling around the earth is things that they work to stomp out on a spiritual level. We work with them to do that. We also work with them to help aid other aquatic life. They have an advantage over other aquatic life because they can exist on land. And so they bring in this extra factor that can help other aquatic life better understand the world of land so that they can better help humanity in humanity's ascension to the new golden age. Penguins work as ambassadors of all types of existence in the animal kingdom and in the aquatic realm. They can bring in wisdom from both. They are the communicators of both, the middlemans. They can work with both, which is a very, very fascinating thing. What's also fascinating is how they work with divine feminine and divine masculine energy. They role reverse all the time, even though genetically or biologically they may appear as male or female. The very interesting thing about penguins and a lot of birds in general is that the divine masculine and divine feminine energies can flip-flop between the physical bodies. It's just dependent on which energy is needed more on the specific area of land or water. That can happen a lot. It's just the energy they radiate, not their biological and chemical makeup of the physical form. It's just the spiritual form and what the spiritual form needs assistance with at a certain time based on the collective humanity. Now, penguins are connected with the 3 energy and the tri-energy. The tri-energy is very, very important for portals. They are also connectors of portals. They can help create portals just by their energy, where they swim, where they walk. They can help create energetic portals for the aquatic realm on land. They can also help create energetic portals for humans to connect with the aquatic realm in the water. It's very fascinating how they do this, and we've worked with them for centuries and centuries to develop the ability to do that. Now, you can connect on them and call on their energy of their group souls for better help. The important thing that I want to communicate with you is that the size of them does have an effect. It's just the degree of which they can help you. So if you're needing help with a smaller task and you need small little feet walking on the ground, you would call on a penguin energy of the smaller size. But if you need help with some big task and you need one big task, big penguin to help you, you will call on the bigger size. They work in a way similar to us, where our energetic size varies depending on what we're supposed to do, our dimensional frequency, and our connectiveness to the veil line and other realms. Penguins work in that way as well. They've evolved to work similar to us elves, to where their size of the physical form also reflects the size of their soul, which reflects what they're supposed to be doing and helping with. And there's so much nitty-gritty stuff that could take days and days to fully dive into discussing how penguins really work on a soul level. And I can't necessarily do that right now because there is a bigger message that needs to be communicated to you as a collective. What needs to be communicated to you as a collective is that right now, when you are transitioning to a new chakra lifestyle, you need to stomp out the ego. Calling on the penguins to help you stomp out the ego is the main reason I'm communicating to you all right now. They can help you with that. They can also help you understand the vast new worlds and help you create an open mind. They have a connection to the frost energy. They also have a connection to the water energy. This can help you connect to relaxing, calming yourself down, quieting your mind, and stomping out the ego. And it can help you connect to healing all the emotional trauma that happened as a result of your life in the physical form. They have that ability. So connect to them, call on them, ask them. There's no big ritual thing to do to connect to them unless you want to do an ego stomping ritual dance, which that is all up to you if you would like to stomp out your ego physically and connect to the penguin energy. There is something that they would like to share to you, that their group soul would like to tell you. And that is, start taking care of the earth. The earth can help you. And the aquatic life and the aquatic realm can't help you if you're not taking care of the earth and you are polluting the energy of aquatic life. Because that has an effect on their soul's mission, and that has an effect on Mother Gaia, and that has an effect on the collective humanity's ability to transition to a new golden age. It's time to start taking care of the earth, including the water, including water wildlife, because that has an effect. Everything you do has an effect. If you want to live a life in a fifth dimensional chakra, fifth dimensional lifestyle, sixth dimensional lifestyle, what you need to do is actually start living it and start letting go of everything 3D. This can be diet, this can be patterns and habits and all of these things that are making your ego happy and your physical body happy, but are not making your soul happy. And you need to learn how to differentiate between what makes your soul happy and what makes your physical body happy. And you need to start living based on what makes your soul happy, not your physical form. Because there is no way to transition into the new lifestyle of living a fifth dimensional lifestyle if you're bringing habits from an old dimensional lifestyle. That's also not going to be beneficial for the aquatic realm. The aquatic realm right now is at a fifth dimensional status. Earth is at this strange dimensional period where it is in the fourth dimension and it is getting closer to the fifth dimension. And as a result of where Earth is and where a lot of the collective humanity is in the fourth dimension, the aquatic realm has transitioned to fifth dimension. But there is a lot of people on Earth still living a 3D lifestyle. And we're going to be, as a collective system, your Earth is going to be trapped in the fourth dimensional lifestyle. If people are still living in the 3-dimensional lifestyle, you have this whole dimension to grow past it. Our communicator gets itchy when we're communicating through her. It's very interesting. Now to get back on track, see, we're in this limbo period in the fourth dimension. The fifth dimension is the goal. It is a place to get to. Right now, a lot of humanity is stuck in the 3D. And as a result of that, there's standstillness, there's stuckness in the 4D. This doesn't just affect you or Earth. This affects our entire system. This affects every being in the system. What humanity doesn't realize is you were born from the tree of life. You have the ability to create. You have the ability to create the future of our system, of Earth, of everything. You have that creation power and you're using it. A lot of humanity is using it to be trapped in the 3D. Move past it. Watch TV less. Stop being trapped in technology. Stop being trapped in sugary gray area elements of consumption and start focusing on how you can transition to the fifth dimension. Penguins can help you do that. Call on their energy. Ask their energy for help. Ask us for help. We want to help you. Transitioning to fifth dimensional lifestyle. Jumping past the limbo of the 4D, because there is no time for that. If you know that you can transition to a fifth dimensional lifestyle, why take it slowly? if you know that you have the capacity and the availability and the ability to jump to 5D, if you can do that instead of stalling because it seems easy, because the voice in your head telling you that stalling is easy is your ego. And that is all I have left to share. I'll turn it over to the communicator if she would like to call on any other Elfians today. Wow. I felt called out a little bit. Did you feel called out a little bit? Oh my gosh. Wow. I felt called out. I felt so called out. Yeah. I don't know if there's any other Elfians that I'm going to call on today. I think that his message was there and important, and he knew what he wanted to say, and he didn't call on any other Elfians, and I feel like this is a good closing note of direct channelings in the winter, direct channelings in the water season. I learned some things, which is really great, and I saw a lot of visuals. I saw a visual of a penguin flying, which is very interesting, and I didn't think that, yeah, you can't make that up, like seeing like a big emperor penguin flying, that at some point they were big enough and strong enough to be able to do that because that's what the earth needed at the time, and how they evolved. It's just so fascinating, and I can't wait to learn more from the Elfian Realm. I thought that he was going to talk more about penguins, but he really just wanted to give you all the spiel, no BS, no metaphors, which is how they work, and I really love that that's how they work. And I hope that it helped you in some way, and I will see you in the next direct channeling with the Elfian Realm, sending you love and light, and on behalf of me and the Elfian Realm, we all adore you and can't wait to communicate to you again.